break from the other day, from sour as 14 days turned into the unknown. This is where the negative decline of my personal life has its curtain call. I didn't realize how much performing gave to me before it was taken away. In order to explain my reality to you, I will clarify in 3 acts entitled Physically, Mentally, and Emotionally. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey. So that is just one small example of a much larger product. Every single voice that has participated in this book is unique. There are no 2 performers who perform the same way in the industry, or who have the same life. So every voice represents every single voice. If you can imagine it, you have a voice here and you are also welcome here. So Emily, come on back up. She's got our agenda.
So, as Mason had mentioned previous previous to now, he had mentioned that he had put out a call to about 100 different artists that had affected him in some way, and people that I also knew as well that affected me in the same way. Because Mason and I are the best friends in the whole entire world, we have a lot of the same connections, but obviously different ones too. Who I'm going to call up right now is a woman that I met doing a community theater show that felt like a professional show. So fortunate to have actually the director of that show and president of Theatre Ancaster, who is here today and also a contributor to this book. In this show and in this book, we also have Shanice Bowron, who is a voice actress and musical actress. And I mean, when you're one thing, you're many. But right now, what she's focusing on and where she seems to be spending most of her time is doing some vocal stylings. I'm just going to grab you a mic cover. Oh, you've got one. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I'll take this one off. And I'd like to call upon Shanice Bowron.
Thank you, everybody. It's so nice to see faces of people that contributed to the book. Since when Mason and Emily came to me about the book, I was excited. I was so stoked. But I was wondering, like, who else is also in it? So it's nice to see some of the faces, as well as some people through Zoom. So I'm going to read a bit of my piece today.
Let me turn on. I want to see your beautiful face. For the people.
When the news broke out, I remember being on my phone.
Come closer to the
Sorry. Everyone can hear me now. There we go. I can hear myself as well. Perfect. When the news broke out, I remember being on my phone with one of my best friends. We were joking about how these were the end times and how anticlimactic it all really seemed. As we joked about the end of the world, I was actually pacing in my living room. An increasing sense of dread tied up like a knot in my stomach. The urge to sob rising into my throat. We've all seen the end of the world movies and how they begin. It would start with a rogue incident here or there, or whispers of a disaster coming and then turn into a full-blown catastrophe. Morbidly enough, the movie Contagion about an airborne pathogen infecting the world was just released and very heavily advertised on Netflix. Very ironic. But it was March 2020. Earlier that year, I remember proclaiming confidently at the annual Christmas family dinner, "This is my year. I can feel it." Not knowing just 3 short months later, we'd be ushered into our homes with little normalcy of anything for months to come. Just before everything changed, my proclamation was actually starting to come to life. My new career as an actor was starting to rev up. My day job was finally starting to balance with my dream job, and I felt sociable and well-connected. Very quickly, though, the world I created for myself disappeared. We were promised that in 2 weeks things would be better. It was just a tiny little lockdown. How bad could it be? Then 2 weeks came and went. More weeks passed by, then months, Hope dwindled with every extension on stay-at-home orders, with every canceled plan, with every phone call to a loved one far away that couldn't be visited. We were nowhere close to being out of the woods. And with the fear, isolation, and changed sense of normal, I started to go mad. I became self-destructive. I slept and smoked for most of the day. I became apathetic to the world around me and also just really bitter. I was mad at everyone. At the people who were checking in on me, at the ones who weren't, at the ones who didn't take the pandemic seriously, and at those who couldn't talk about anything else. I snapped at everyone. Every call, text, or glance at a screen was draining any energy I had left. I was tired, constantly. I cried more often. I didn't like the person I was becoming. I was starting to think that maybe my dream career as an actor was over before it even began. That all I'd worked for was just a waste of time. But this wasn't how my story was supposed to end. And I'm gonna end it there because I feel like I want other people to figure out afterwards what it's happened.
It's a great story, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Denise.
Oh yeah.
You can take your mic off there.
As we can all see, I'm new to the technical field of theater.
Okay. So for the final formal part of our presentation today and acknowledgement of the book, The Stage Light Flickers, published by Pandamonium Publishing, we are fortunate to have our publisher here today, but via Zoom. She is a very successful woman who's never around for too long because she is doing her thing. I think right now she's somewhere in Virginia or somewhere in the States.
We're in Virginia Beach right now.
Oh, Virginia Beach, there she is. Okay, so we did have a projector for everyone here to be able to see, but that is not,
I'm going to.
you know, we're artists. We're not necessarily technically savvy at the right times. Anyway, it was my fault. I forgot a cord. So we do have our publisher, Lacey Baker, here. We are just setting up here for 1 second, Lacey.
Yeah, take your time. No worries.
Hear your presentation, but we just want you to know how very, very grateful we are to have partnered with you to bring this book to people. We are so fortunate. We feel like the luckiest people in the world. We are so pleased that we have all these artists who are going to have all this exposure. I know that you have some big numbers of where this book is going. And I would like to turn it over to you now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here via Zoom. Technology is fantastic when it works, absolutely. And we're in Virginia Beach right now because we are moving our way through the coast to get distribution for all of our books, including yours. And it's very exciting to be able to share this with so many people. So when I first read your book, I was really inspired because artists are what keeps things going. They are the people that we look to in times of darkness. When we were locked up during the pandemic, what were we doing? We were watching videos. We were listening to music, we were reading books, we were celebrating the arts in a way that we didn't even know that we were doing that. And I'm so thrilled to be able to produce something like this because I think it's really essential and important for us to be able to share this with other artists, not just performing artists, but artists of all types. And we have so many authors, artists, and illustrators on our team that are really waiting to get their hands on this book, as well as you. And I just checked the shipping. Everything is so delayed because of, you know, logistics and staff shortages, and we ship from across the border. So that's another type of issue, but they are coming, and they said that they were shipped today. So that's some good news. Yes. Now, I also want to tell you where your book is going to be available, okay? So we have 14 different countries where your book is going to be sold. And those are Canada, the United States, the UK, Spain, Germany, France, Italy, Japan, Australia, India, Brazil, Mexico, Sweden, and the Netherlands. So, congratulations.
Yes.
Now, also, you are going to be available on Amazon. You are going to have the ebook as well available for people who like to read that way on devices. We also have all 50 states Barnes and Noble where your book is available. And in Canada, we're working on the chapters Indigo Coals because they actually have shut down their author signings for the year until next year because of COVID and because of not being able to plan for their artists to come in. But we are going to be in their catalog so people can still order your book online. Okay. And we're just working really hard behind the scenes, getting things promoted. Marketing is our specialty. That's what we do best. And I think that, you know, with Mason and Emily and all the work that they have done, along with yourselves, that this is going to be just a fantastic opportunity for everybody to share their story. I read every single story in this book, and I was touched by each and every one of them because it's such a difference in humanity and what's going on in the world right now and what people are struggling with, but we're all connected. And that's the thing. Your book connects everyone. And that is very, very special. I really appreciate the time that you took in order to get your stories out there and the work that Mason and Emily have done to make this possible. And even just the thing that did it for me, this is a true story. I am a Starbucks fanatic. I went there when Mason was there. We met. His energy is infectious. And I just love the attitude. I want people on my team that are going to work hard. And with these two, I see that. And it is an absolute pleasure to be here, to able to publish your book and to share it with quite literally the world. So congratulations.
Hey,
Woo! Thank you. Woo!
Yes. So proud of everyone. I have a meeting with Barnes and Noble, so I have to go.
That's okay.
And,
You go. You meet with them.
Have a wonderful
$29.99.
launch. Okay, we'll see you later.
Thanks, Lacey.
Congratulations. Bye.
So I don't know if you guys know, but I'm just a girl from, just a country girl from Coldwater, Ontario. Never thought that I would be, well, actually, I guess I did. I always knew. But can't believe that I'm standing here today and that we have a book that is published, that I got to work with all of you fantastic people, that we got to work with all of you fantastic people. Come on up, Mason. We would just like to take this opportunity to thank you all for coming. Thank you to everyone who tuned in via Zoom and all of our Facebook and Instagram followers. Thank you so much for watching. Just know that we couldn't do any of this without you. Emerson Arts is, you know, we're a budding company. We're trying to make it so that artists are compensated and appreciated, and this is one of the ways that we were able to do that. I'd like to thank Mason so much for being my business partner and being such a great person all around. I mean, you guys all know. Thank you very much to Tracy for hosting us today. Pandamonium for signing on. Like, we're just so excited. 14 countries, guys, 50 states, all across Canada. This is something for all of us to celebrate. So thank you very much. Have a great day. We've got some snacks here. We're gonna bring out some more. Just enjoy each other, enjoy the day, and thank you very much. The Sage Light Flickers, published by Pandamonium Publishing, produced by Emerson Arts. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, let's party!
Woo! So at this time, everyone, I'm just going to end this Zoom call and restart the exact same link. So here we go. Let's journey together.